There are so many great smart devices out there, but there's a lot of junk you should probably keep out of your house. For this video, I want to share with you some of the devices that have worked well for me. This is my top 10 favorite devices you can try in your smart home. Now, these are in no particular order. This is not a sponsored video, so none of the devices are sponsored in this video. They're just devices I use daily. Now, all of them work with Alexa except for one, and we'll talk about which one that is. Everything I'm going through, I have working in Apple's HomeKit, and I'll share with you how I'm able to do that at the end. Number one is my favorite smart speakers. On the Echo side, we have the Echo 4th generation. I would go with this for sound. If you want the visual side of Alexa and the fullest experience because of that visual side, I would go with the Echo Show 8. These are the best priced Echoes for what you're getting. Both are going to give you the same features out of them. The nice thing about the Amazon ecosystem is since they don't have their own phone and operating system, it's the most open ecosystem to both Android and Apple users. Now for the Apple side, it'd be the HomePod Mini, not just because it's the only HomePod you can buy, but I think it's a reasonable price for people who are starting their smart home, and it's not too expensive to add them to various rooms in your house. Apple has some great smart home features. I love the Home app across all the devices. I don't think people realize how good of a smart home controller it can be. The unfortunate part is there's a lot less devices because they require that Apple HomeKit certification. I think the Mini brings a lot of value to Apple users even beyond the smart home. I did make a video you can find in the description where I go into some details on that, so check it out. Number two is a longtime favorite. It is the Ring Video Doorbell Pro. A video doorbell is a great place to start your smart home. It's where I started mine. There's a newer version of the Video Doorbell Pro, but I saw no reason to change. This one's worked so well. And it's a better deal now that there is a newer one. Also, you can save even more going refurbished. Now, this is a 1080p camera. There are others with more pixels, but let's be real, with compression and everything, none of them look that amazing. The thing I love about Ring cameras is the motion zones have been extremely accurate. Once I set the motion sensitivity to the middle, it no longer goes off unless somebody walks and crosses into a zone. I also use 3 Ring stick-up cams because they have that same accuracy and ease of use. I do have all this going through Apple's HomeKit, and we'll talk about that at the end. Number 3 is the SwitchBot Mini plug. Smart plugs are a great way to start your smart home. You buy a couple of these, you put them on your favorite lamps, and then you could use your voice to turn them on, or you could put them into automations. This is a new favorite that was released recently from SwitchBot. They have sponsored videos in the past, do want to throw that out there, but this video is not sponsored by them. It's just the fact that it has power monitoring. It works with all the assistants, and it's priced cheaper than other smart plugs that only work with Google and Amazon. So with this, I know that my lamp with 3 bulbs uses 15 watts of power. It is a Wi-Fi plug, so you don't need a SwitchBot hub like some of their other devices, but at the price point, working with all the assistants, this is definitely one to look at. Number 4 is the Nanoleaf Essential Bulb and Strips. Unfortunately, these don't work with Amazon Echoes or Google Assistant. These are thread bulbs, and neither one of those are supporting thread yet. Hopefully in the fall, Amazon will add thread so you can take advantage of these. But I like them. They are very responsive, and they have great white light. Now, when it comes to color, the color's a little dim. But that white light, they have double cool and double warm white. In places where white light's a priority, I'm starting to swap these out. Number 5 is the Lutron Caseta smart switches. Smart bulbs aren't the answer all the time. You should also consider smart switches. Smart switches are better in common places for the non-technical people like my mother-in-law. She has a switch that she can physically turn on, but I can also automate or use my voice to control. Now, the thing I like about the Lutron Caseta is 1, Lutron's been making dimmers forever, and 2, they are super reliable and responsive. Part of that is that they use a hub to connect to. So each individual switch doesn't have to talk over Wi-Fi. Instead, they talk to the hub. The hub is connected to the internet. I found they've been very reliable, and they give me that physical control that's nice, but they are expensive. Something you should think about, though, is you are hardwiring something that uses electricity and could potentially be a fire hazard. So go with a brand you've never heard of because it's cheaper, or go with a brand that's established really well. Even if you don't go with Lutron, spend the extra $5 or $10 to get a reputable brand. Now, if you don't need that HomeKit support, another brand that I've used is the TP-Link smart switches. They've been great. It just didn't have HomeKit support. Number 6 is the Apple TV. I think it's the best streaming device out there. Part of that is it's the first streaming device I started using before Amazon was even making the Fire TV sticks. But compared to Fire TV sticks and Chromecast, I like the interface much better on the Apple TV, and I like that I don't see promotions and ads all over the place like I see on some others. Now, if you'd like to see a comparison between this and the latest Fire TV 4K Max, I have a video down in the description. Now, this particular Apple TV saw processor updates, so it is fast, responsive, has some more power for some future features. It also has an audio return channel, which if you have an Xbox Blu-ray player or something else that you want to pass audio to HomePods paired up with an Apple TV, what you do is you plug your other devices into the HDMI port, then you use the HDMI port labeled ARC, which is audio return channel. That sends the audio to your Apple TV, and from there it goes to your HomePods. In here, I have a TV that's paired up with a HomePod. What's nice is my Xbox sound comes out of the HomePod. I can even have the sound from my Fire TV stick just come out of the HomePod. It doesn't matter. Whatever's plugged in the TV can pass the sound through, but that only works on the latest version. The Apple TV also serves as a HomeKit hub. Next, for those of you looking for some indoor smart home cameras, number 7 is the Eufy Solo Indoor Cam and the Solo Indoor Cam Pan Tilt. Both cameras are 2K resolution, but if you use it with Apple's HomeKit, it does step it down to 1080p. Now, to pan and tilt this one, you would do that within the Eufy app. If you use it within the Echoes or within the Home app, you can't actually pan and tilt it. Some of the features are not available in HomeKit or the Alexa app, so if you want to do more with it, definitely explore the Eufy app. The recordings are saved locally with a micro SD card. It can do continuous 24/7 recording and event recording. This also supports Apple's HomeKit Secure Video, which allows you to save your recordings to your iCloud account. These cameras work with Google, Amazon, and HomeKit. With the Echoes, you can call them up on the Echo Show or the Fire TV stick. With Apple, you can look at it in the Home app, or you can bring up the Control Center on the Apple TVs and see them. I love that these are affordable, there's no subscription, and they save your files locally. Number 8 is the SwitchBot Curtains. It's one of my favorite devices because it just makes me smile. I love that at 7 a.m. I'll hear the little motor going and it opens up my curtains, and then at sunset it just closes the curtains. It just makes me smile. Feel like I'm living in the future. What's great about these, it's a little motor that just goes between like the first and second grommet in your curtains, and then it just pushes and pulls them open. It's so simple. It takes the curtains you already have and automates them. You don't have to buy expensive blinds that you may not even like the look of, but it's the only way to get something smart. These don't support HomeKit, but you can use Siri shortcuts to work them into automations. Number 9 are Flic buttons. I like having physical controls. And with this button, and another one that I really like is the Aqara button. I'll put links to both of them down below. But with this button, I have one over here. A single press turns off all my lights. A double press turns on just my Hangout office lighting. And then a long press turns on this video look. I have one of these in my garage that turns off all the lights. Double press turns on just Hangout lamps. And then a long press turns on the overhead lights in the room to make it nice and bright. Both of these buttons do require a hub. The Flic starter kit with the hub is kind of expensive, but once you do get that hub, you can just keep adding buttons to it. Number 10 is the Ring alarm. I love that you can get an affordable package with affordable service, and it's easy to set up. Anybody can do this. You pair the base station with your app, you get the door sensors, pop the tab off, double stick it, you put the keypad on, good to go. I think Ring offers the best security package with their variety of cameras and the Ring alarm. Their cloud service for the Ring doorbell and individual cameras has gone up from $3 to $3.99 or $30 a year. With the Ring alarm, you pay $20 a month for professional monitoring and storage for an unlimited amount of cameras. That, I think, is a great price. My alarm went off when we were out of town. The sheriff showed up. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was just unfortunate it was a false alarm. The Ring alarm doesn't support Apple's HomeKit natively, but the device I teased at the beginning of the video does make it possible. It is the Hoobs Hub. This serves as an in-between device to make something like the Ring alarm show up in Apple's HomeKit as a supported device. And it works really well for supported devices. It doesn't work with everything, every device. The way it works is it uses open source software called Homebridge that the community of users create extensions for. What's nice about the Hoobs Hub is that they'll actually check these different extensions and they'll certify them. So it feels a little better downloading a Ring extension that's certified by Hoobs. The Hoobs Hub isn't for everybody. It requires a little bit of work to download these extensions and set them up. But once you do, it's nice to be able to control devices that don't natively work with HomeKit. I'm able to see my Ring cameras, my Ring alarm, all the sensors show up so I can use them in automations. It really opens up a lot. What is your favorite smart home device? Let us know in the comment section. Next, make sure to check out this video over here for some more great smart home information. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.